Hip hop lost a legend this week. Drake still has everybody waiting, and Kendrick has all the Grammys. 6 stories, 8 minutes, no fillers. I'm Double R. This is 606 and Go. Welcome to the top 6 at 606. Let's get into it. We start at number 6. And number 6 this week is actually the most important culturally, even if not the loudest. Lord Sear passed away March 11th. If you don't know the name, let me fix that right now. Lord Sear, real name Steve Watson, was a founding DJ on Shade 45, Eminem's Sirius XM channel, since it launched in 2004. Before that, he was on the Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito show in the 90s. Those shows introduced the likes of Jay-Z, Nas, and Wu-Tang to the world before they were even Jay-Z, Nas, and Wu-Tang. He voiced characters in Grand Theft Auto 3 and 4. He toured with Eminem. He was on Big Pun's album. Eminem, De La Soul, Fat Joe, Hit Boy, A-Track, the whole culture paid tribute. Here's why this matters beyond the obituary. Lord Sear represents the infrastructure of hip-hop. Not the rappers, the DJs, the radio voices, the people who built the rooms where the culture actually lived before streaming. That infrastructure is disappearing, and most of us won't notice until it's all gone. So rest in power, Lord Sear. The culture feels this one. Number 5, the Grammys happened in February. The culture is still processing. Kendrick Lamar and SZA won Record of the Year for Luther. Kendrick also won Best Rap Album for GNX, his 5th Grammy. Clips and Kendrick won Best Rap Performance for Chains and Whips. Pharrell took home the Dr. Dre Global Impact Award. Not everybody is going to talk about the politics of the Grammys, whether hip-hop gets its respect, whether Kendrick deserved it. I'm going to tell you what actually matters from a craft standpoint. Luther is a masterclass in melodic rap restraint. Kendrick doesn't try to out-rap himself on that record. He sings, he breathes, he lets SZA carry emotional weight that his voice couldn't alone. That's a producer's decision as much as a rapper's decision. That's the artist at work, not just the MC. GNX won Best Rap Album. Let that sit. The same album that followed a generational rivalry. Won Grammys. The pen wins. It always wins. At number 4, Dame Dash just got a talk show. Greenlit on BET called OG Stories. And immediately 50 Cent, who has his own deals with stars, and now Byron Allen in his corner, tried to one-up him publicly. Here's the real story underneath the beef. 2 of hip-hop's most polarizing business minds are both getting platform deals in 2026. Dame Dash has always been ahead of the conversation on black ownership and creative control. He is saying that everybody says now, 15 years before they said it. He said it louder, messier than people who were comfortable with it. OG Stories on BET could be genuinely important if Dame Dash uses the way he's capable of, bringing on founders, artists, people who built the culture and didn't get the credit. Or it could be a mess. With Dame, it's always one of the two things, rarely in between. I'm going to check it out. Honestly, I'm pretty sure 50 Cent will too, which tells you everything. And number 3, I need you to actually hear this one. SZA came out this week and said, and I'm paraphrasing, "I feel like I'm at war because of AI." She went further. She specifically called out AI-generated music that mimics black artists, black pain, black struggle, and said it's happening disproportionately with black music. And she's right. This is a conversation that hip-hop is not having loudly enough. Let me give you the real picture. AI can replicate the surface of black music, the cadence, the trap hi-hats, the ad-libs, the melodic patterns. What it can't replace is the specificity. Is that right? The experience underneath the expression. I use AI as a tool in my creative process, thumbnail generation, research, write-in assist. The line I draw is the same as SZA is drawing. AI as a tool is different from AI as a replacement. The problem isn't the technology. The problem is the industry is using technology to extract the aesthetic of black creativity without compensating the people whose live experience created the aesthetic. That's not a tech conversation. That's a reparations conversation, wearing a tech conversation's clothes. SZA called it war. I think it's right. At number 2, if you've been to hip hop Twitter this week, you already know. ICEMAN, Drake's 9th solo album. Still no official release date, but fans have been coding Instagram stories like Rosetta Stone trying to figure out when this thing drops. Current best guess from fan community, maybe April 17th, based on the Vintage Bell Canada ad Drake posted with the 416 area code. Only Drake fans wouldn't do that kind of math. Here's what I actually want to talk about. What does ICEMAN need to be? This is Drake's first solo album since For All the Dogs in 2023. Since then, Kendrick has gone to war with him in bars, on record, on stage, at Coachella, at the Super Bowl halftime. Drake has singles, What Did I Miss? Which One with Central C? Doghouse with Yeet. All good records, not era-defining records. ICEMAN needs to answer a question the culture has been sitting with. Is Drake still capable of making an album that demands the culture's full attention? Not streams, not charts, attention. The way Take Care demanded attention, the way Nothing Was the Same demanded attention. Because here's the artist analyst read. Drake is at his best when he's emotionally backed into a corner. Heartbreak made Take Care. Kendrick backing him into a corner will make ICEMAN his most honest album in a decade. Or he can come out defensive, proving points instead of making music. Those two are very different albums. I'm paying attention to the first 3 songs more than anything on the track list. The opening sequence will tell you everything about how Drake is going to show up. First, the Webster Hall premiere. In 2026, where everything is designed to be consumed on a phone screen the moment it is released, Keem and Kendrick deliberately gave New York the visual first, a physical room, a live crowd, a communal experience before the algorithm got its hands on it. That's a statement. That's the PG Lang philosophy in action. The belief that hip-hop is a live art before it's a streaming art. That the room matters. That the body in the space matters. Think about what 106 in Park was at its peak. It wasn't just a countdown. It was a room. Kids in the audience. Energy you couldn't replicate on the laptop. Webster Hall was that. In 2026, we're a generation that's never known that. Third, Kendrick's verse on Good Flirts. I'm not giving you the whole breakdown here because that deserves its own episode. And it might get one. But here's one thing I want you to listen when you go back. Watch how Kendrick handles the space between bars. Most rappers feel silent. Kendrick uses it. There are moments on the verse where the beat is moving and Kendrick just waits. And the wait is louder than the words. That's control. That's confidence. That's the difference between a rapper and an artist. Fourth, what Casino means for the culture. Baby Keem is a 23-year-old with 4 Billboard 200 top 10 albums, and Kendrick is a cosign. That wasn't manufactured, it was earned. He's the clearest evidence that the generation after Kendrick is not just here, they are ready. The PG Lang blueprint: build slowly, build right, don't chase trends, let the music speak. It's proven itself in real time in Keem's career. That's why this story is number 1 this week. Not because it's the loudest story, because it's an important story for one understanding where hip-hop is actually going. That's the top 6 at 606 for the week of March 20th. Lord Sear's legacy, Kendrick's Grammy win, Dame Dash on BET, SZA at war with AI, Drake making everybody wait. Baby Keem proving the next era is already here. Every Friday, 6 stories, no drama, just culture. I'm Double R. This is 606 and Go. Subscribe if this is your lane. I'll see you next Friday.